watching the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. Doubleheader action on a Wednesday night in Abilene, Texas, and the women are up first. It's Oral Roberts from the Summit League up against the WAC's Abilene Christian. And now for the first time in almost 2 years, welcome courtside, everybody. Zach Carlisle along with Andy Penny. Looking forward to this matchup tonight. Glad to have you with us. Oral Roberts, it's a busy week for these Golden Eagles, and ACU 4 straight wins.
Well, it's a Texas two-step for ORU at Tarleton 2 nights ago. Now in Abilene, they play an ACU team that's really hot. Winners of 4 in a row. Now less than 2 weeks until conference play, so still building blocks to go before the WAC gets here. Should be a good one tonight at the Teague Center.
Let's take a look at our impact players. We're looking in the paint tonight. In particular, the centers. It's Moore and Griswold.
We'll start with the visitors. Tirzah Moore, the leading scorer at 10.9 points per game, and really does it offensively with the rebound. 21 offensive rebounds, 52% field goal percentage. She's a beast in the middle. Sarah Griswold will get the defensive assignment, but Sarah can do it as well, 8.9 points. And Sarah really extends the floor. She's got a nice mid-range jumper. She'll need to make more work defensively, trying to wear her out on both ends of the floor.
Can't wait for this matchup. You see Sarah Griswold in the middle and Tirzah Moore in the middle. That's the impact players tonight. We're glad to have you with us on ESPN+. Who's got it? ORU controls the tap. Off we go from Abilene, Texas. Santa in early. No clock. Clock not running to get it started.
Well, Zach, 60 is the number tonight. I think the ACU defense gives up 61 a game, and this is a team that's only lost once all season long. 60 is that number for the ACU defense. And when you look at Oral Roberts with a 4-6 record, their 4 wins, they average 87 a game. Their 6 losses, 59 a game. So 60 is the number. You hold Oral Roberts under 60, you got a good chance. That's what ACU's stat is.
And it comes out to this team averaging about 70 points per contest. Clock's still not running. They reset it to 9:56, and at some point, you got to hit that start button to get things underway. Talked about a little bit of the opener. It's been a busy week. Oral Roberts at Tarleton Monday. They played Friday at home against Central Christian. Game here at ACU, and then next Monday they open up league play. That's a lot of action in a short amount of time, and the road trip continues for these Golden Eagles.
Well, both of these teams in that final non-conference stretch before conference play is right around the corner. And this is a great warm-up game, really, for both of these teams, especially for ACU, who lost a game against Wright State. When I say lost a game off the schedule versus Wright State, who was supposed to make an appearance here on Sunday, could not because of some COVID issues. ACU fills that schedule last week, but it's not the level of competition Division I Wright State what they would have provided. So back on the floor tonight against Division I Oral Roberts.
Off we go. I'm saying it again. Let's get this thing started here at the Teague Special Event Center. ORU to work, and we'll talk about their starting 5 in this lineup.
Wildcats starting a matchup 2-3 zone.
To the baseline for the Golden Eagles is Kenny Jo Lippy, and this is a player who has been nothing but a scorer, 1,500 points in her Oral Roberts career. ACU to work for the first time.
The three-point shot is what the Wildcats live by. They shoot it well.
ACU, a team, that's a turnover to get it started, but ACU averages 81 points per game. Here's the starters. Hannah Cooper with Ariel Walker. Kenny Jo Lippy with that early basket. Moore in the paint. Katie Scott. Strong player as well. Offensive boards, one of the specialties of this Golden Eagle team, to try to open up a three-pointer for Lippy. And now ACU scrambles to get the rebound.
Well, the Wildcats fortunate there. 2 offensive rebounds for ORU on the possession.
And 2 turnovers for Cameron Mirage to get the night started for ACU. You saw the 5. It's a very veteran lineup for the Wildcats of Mirage and Miller. And then Bonarens and Barber are the grad transfers, and Sarah Griswold, our impact player to watch tonight in the paint. Abilene Christian 4 straight wins. including Little Rock and Arkansas State. Those were games in the gym floor of Oral Roberts. They played in Tulsa, Oklahoma at a tournament there over Thanksgiving, got a couple of wins. These two teams didn't see each other then. They knew they were going to see each other a few weeks later here in Abilene.
And if you look for comparison data, both of those teams 2-0 that weekend against common opponents.
We're going for the championship here tonight, aren't we? Lippy, no good for 3. We've seen a lot of Kenny Joe Lippy so far, the graduate student, I should say, out of Adair, Oklahoma.
Wildcats love to play 4 around the perimeter, trying to get Griswold around the elbow or down in the low post just to create some defense that's going to have to collapse on the inside, then kick it back out for a 3-point shot.
Nearly another turnover as that ball was kicked away from Jamie Bonnerins, and it resets the shot clock to 20. Bonnerins has been the leading scorer for ACU and was coming off the bench the first handful of games. And now has scored in double figures in each of the last 5. Tough take in the paint for Katie Scott. She's going to shoot the game's first free throws and a foul on Sarah Griswold.
ORU not wasting any time. A good push off a defensive rebound to get up the floor and give credit. Katie Scott running the floor well. Just beats the defense into the paint on the ORU side of the floor. She draws a foul. She'll shoot 2.
So Scott, the sophomore from Carl Junction, Missouri, at the line. Couple of free throw opportunities here for Scott. You ready for this? The WAC Freshman of the Year a year ago at Grand Canyon is Katie Scott. Now here at Oral Roberts, a spectacular season. All WAC first team, set a Grand Canyon Division I record with 34 points in a game last season. She's a dominant force inside, led the WAC in scoring a year ago, and is no longer in the conference, transfers to Oral Roberts of the Summit League, and hits a foul shot to make it 3-0.
Again, we'll see the Wildcats get some motion through the paint, but then back out to the perimeter, do a lot of away from the ball screens to try to get open around that 3-point line.
Trying to dribble through it. Maddie Miller almost had it stolen. Bonnerins for 3. ACU's going to get those up, you know it. Bonnerins has been red hot. 12 3-pointers made in the last 4. Pass nearly picked. It is stolen away. Help side defense from Tatum Barber. And another kick. And nearly 3 minutes gone by. We've only seen 7 shot attempts. And as far as turnovers go, we've seen 4 of them so far.
Again, ACU trying to get into the flow. And, their last game against UNT Dallas of the NAIA. So it's been a while since they've been on the floor with the Division I team, just trying to get back in the flow.
Jamie Bonnerins no good. Chance to run for ORU. Ariel Walker.
Well, nothing for the Wildcats been easy thus far. Everything's been forced. Their 3 shot attempts, all have been forced.
The defense on this side's been good as well. It's Walker for 3. Miraz with the rebound, and here comes Abilene Christian. They want to get it a track beat. They're not afraid to do it. 81 points per game, 16th in the country, and shooting it at 40% from the 3-point line, 9th in America. They get on the board with Tatum Barber into the paint.
Yeah, that's a great backdoor cut. Again, the Wildcats known for shooting the 3-point shot. They've shot 233 threes on the year, so ACU Oral Roberts overplaying the 3-point line, and a nice backdoor cut.
Calling that a blocking foul on Sarah Griswold. It's her 2nd personal foul. So we see if we can take a look at it.
Well, that's a tough call. Looked like Sarah had position. She was outside of the restricted area, but does not get the call, and that's a big one with a little bit of foul trouble. Still plenty of basketball to go, but tough foul there on Sarah.
I'm not sure there was a foul there at all on either team, but instead it is free throws for Hannah Cooper, the junior guard out of El Paso, Texas. First-year Golden Eagle after transferring from Western Colorado. Division II, was the RMAC Freshman of the Year 2 years ago.
Well, Middleton is in for Griswold. the transfer from Lubbock Christian University. She can play it on the inside as well.
Number 4 in white, Barber looks at it, extra pass to Miller for 3, the game's first triple. Maddie Miller has been heating up over the last couple of games.
You can pass the ball across the defense much quicker than they can rotate, and even when they rotate, the pass goes to the wing of Cameron Miraz, but the extra pass, as you mentioned, down into the corner. Maddie Miller waiting for it, buries it from the corner.
Into the paint, nice little high-low to find Trinity Moore, the freshman forward out of Oklahoma City, to put ORU back in front. I expected to see offense against offense today. It's been a defensive start. We'll see if these offenses can kind of figure it out. Barber no good on a 3. It'll start to settle in a little bit. That's a bump and a foul on Delaney Nix, number 14, a senior guard out of Oklahoma.
Boy, really love the pace here the first 4 minutes. We heard Oral Roberts on Monday over in Stephenville versus Tarleton came out of the chutes really, really slow, and that's been an Achilles heel for ORU. But thus far, the pace is good. And it's a good up and down game thus far.
Number 3, Bella Earl into the game for ACU. Maddie Miller turning the corner for Miller. This is now, she's got 3 straight double-digit scoring games after having just 1 in the game's first 4, or the season's first 4 games, rather. That's a 3 that's no good from Nina Taylor. We're seeing a handful of subs come in the early moments of the first. Bon Aaron's open. Rebound finally pulled in by Reagan Shoemaker, number 20 for the Golden Eagles. Middleton there on the help side. Another offensive rebound. This is a Euro step and a charge. It's going against Taylor. That should take us to our first timeout of the game. ACU in front early in a back and forth start. Back in action. This is our replay prior to the timeout, and that was the charge on Nina Taylor to give ACU possession in a 7-6 ball game. Taylor Morgan, the backup point guard, into the game for ACU. No good on a 3. And the ball tapped out. Oh, how about the play from Bon Aaron's? It's going to stay at this end for ACU.
Boy, I didn't see it, but
looked like a clean rebound and the ball stripped away. Hard to tell from our angle.
Yeah, Coach Cousin, not a big fan of it over there in the corner. Had a good look at it.
So Taylor Morgan, a sophomore from Fort Worth, Texas. Number 10, there's Emma Middleton. You talked about her, Andy. A national champion at Lubbock Christian, first-year Wildcat.
And the thing I love about Middleton, 1 of 3 grad transfers this year, she and Sarah Griswold both. That mid-range jumper from the elbow, so pretty of a shot for both of them.
Faith Paramore, no good. Put-back opportunity, no good from Moore. And where you talked about offensive rebounding, that's now 6 already for Oral Roberts in the first quarter. But they're unable to connect on him. Miller's got 5 of ACU's 9. Bon Aaron's turns. That's smooth from the elbow.
And she's one of the other transfers on the team this year. Well, that's just a good face-up. Get deep, a little off the block, but just face it up. The defender gives a little bit of space. Moore doesn't even get a hand up in the face, and Bon Aaron just buries that from 6 feet out.
Katie Scott, that's an offensive foul. Got the elbow turned around on Middleton. Might have got her right around that head area. And they may be checking this out.
I think the officials are going to go to the monitor on this one.
Well, there's Misty Cousins, 10th year, and has been at Oral Roberts for a long, long time, 25 years with the program. 10th year as the assistant coach. You see the bottom line. 2013 Southland Conference champion. For a brief stretch, ORU was in the Southland Conference, only to then return to the Summit League. And she is talking to her players right now, and this previous play, as we got word from the official, is under review.
Yeah, and again, it was just a high armbar from Katie Scott as Coach Cousin talks to the team. And it looks similar, and I'll tell you, Coach Julie Goodenough a moment ago when Cameron Miraz took the charge right before the break, had a few words on that for a high elbow. And here's just the same thing. Scott leads with that elbow, catches Middleton looks like on the right side of the face and the jaw area. And of course, you know, the NCAA and the officials have really screwed the screws down on as far as, you know, forearms or elbows up in the face area. So the officials came over and told us that they're checking it on the monitor, and that's what they're doing on the far side.
Could be a flagrant foul, and there could obviously be free throws involved. And so we shall see. Nonetheless, it will be an offensive foul on Katie Scott. And for Scott, it would be it's her first personal. ACU has settled down a little bit here. This game was a sluggish start, I think, for both sides. A couple of early turnovers, but it's a 6-0 run for Abilene Christian.
And, you know, it's an ACU team that lives by the three, dies by the three, quote unquote. They're 1 for 5 from behind the arc, but the last 2 possessions, mid-range jumpers, one from the free throw line area by Middleton, and that was followed up by a nice shot by Bonairens.
There's Julie Goodenough, another 10th-year coach. Look at the record. It's just unreal. 189 and 87. Approaching 500 career wins, needs 22 of those. Second most wins in ACU history. A champion at Division I, Division II, Division III, NAIA. She goes somewhere, that program's going to win.
And I tell you, Zach, I really love what she's done with this this team and this group, and she's built a quality program here.
Ruling on the floor stands. It is a common foul, so no excess there, no flagrant, nothing added to the foul for Katie Scott. But it is still, in effect, a turnover, and ACU has the possession up 5. ACU to their bench early. They've been relying a lot on the veterans early in games to get them off to good starts. One of the factors could be it's very hot in here tonight at the Teague Center. Morgan, left wing. She's 0 for 2 to start the night from distance. I like this rebounding of ORU. They are great on the glass.
And they've doubled up ACU thus far in the rebounding, but 5 of those on the offensive end.
Top 70 in the country in rebounding numbers this year for ORU. Chance at a 3. Faith Paramore, another award.
And that's Moore, who we featured. Leads the team in offensive rebounds. Second chance opportunity.
Another look at a 3. Delaney Nix, no good. ORU 0 for 7 to start the night. ACU not impressive so far, 1 for 6 from the three-point line.
Good motion here, man-to-man defense from the Golden Eagles, but Wildcats working the shot clock, working the possession now with 7 to shoot.
And under 2 in the quarter. See if they can get something off. It's Morgan. That's a great defensive possession from ORU.
Yeah, very disjointed that time for the Wildcats. Give credit to the Golden Eagles.
2 veteran teams, 2 veteran coaches. 2 teams that are great situationally. Another three-point chance. It's Paramore. 14 shot attempts, 8 of them threes for ORU. Bonairens to the paint. Got it.
Well, Jamie's playing at another level. You know, the transfer who comes in, it took her a few games to get in this Julie Goodenough ACU rhythm, but she is rolling right now. Her last 5 games, 16, 16, 13, 19, and 19, and already tonight with 4.
You can see her in a leg brace. She did come off a knee surgery in the offseason. Recovered wonderfully from it and has been on a tear here. It's another 3 attempt. Kenny Jo Limpy, no good.
The 2-3 zone, this playing right into the hands of ACU. Their help defense with the 2-3 zone, force the Golden Eagles to shoot from the outside, and until they make it, you continue with that defensive look, and they are not making anything from the outside.
That's a confident shot for Bonairens. Yep. It's no good, but it's a confident look. Final 30 ticks of this first half. It is a current 8-0 run for Abilene Christian. Backdoor cut, tapped away and stolen. And a chance to hold for the final possession and to really put an exclamation point on the first quarter.
Well, it'll be over a 5-minute drought for ORU since their last bucket, their last points of this first quarter.
Bonarens, no good, but Oral Roberts matching their lowest total in the first this season. ACU with a 7-point lead. We've played one in Abilene, Texas. Tell you what, 13, not a particular great number on offense, but 6. The ACU defense, what a start.
Well, you know, this is an ACU team in the top 10 in the country as far as 3 points, field goal percentage, and make per game. Just 1 for 7 in that first quarter, but when you do it defensively, you got a chance, and overcome 1 for 7 from behind the 3-point line. Because of defense, they hold ORU to just 2 of 15 in that first quarter of play.
And that ball deflected out of bounds.
And I'll tell you Zach, to continue on that point, 9 of the 15 ORU shots are from behind the 3-point line. That is not the Golden Eagles game. The 2-3 zone of the Wildcats, very effective in the first 10 minutes.
Cameron Miraz, the point guard, had a couple of early turnovers. They put her back into the lineup. And with 5 to shoot it, Maddie Miller is going to draw. Nope, she is going to travel. A turnover on Abilene Christian, and for the Wildcats, that's turnover number 3, forcing 6 in the opening quarter of Oral Roberts. Well, you might as well stick in the 2-3 zone if it's been working, and don't know if ACU is trimmed out of that. Looks like they're going to switch it up, and this is a little floater from Walker. That's no good.
A little bit different defensive look. It looked like the front court was playing a zone-type look where the guards were switching and pretty heavily up on the top side.
Trinity Moore got the steal for the Golden Eagles, but they just cannot get a touch in the paint. 15 to shoot. Lippy going to draw a foul. It's a foul inside on ACU.
Well, we've seen it back-to-back possessions to start the quarter. Probably the conversation, I'm going to guess, from Coach Cousin. Get the ball to the basket. Do not settle for a 3-point shot. And that time, Lippy just gets a step on the defender, and she's able to get the ball on the rim and draw the foul.
Foul on Maddie Miller. It's her first. And Lippy at the line, 1,500 career points. 169 threes. Overall, this is game number 118 in her Oral Roberts career. She's been around a long time, and she has been spectacular. A couple of years ago, All Summit League first team, All Summit League second team last year. Miraz fouled in the front court by Ariel Walker. First foul on ORU of the second quarter.
Zach Pagan-Borski on the floor for the first time here to start this second quarter. She's got the ball.
And the shot, and the three's no good. Maybe that tries to heat up the offense a little bit, and Borski is known on the team, according to the coaches, as the purest three-point shooter they have, a senior out of New York. A lot of contact there. It's 3 seconds in the lane on Oral Roberts, and then some bodies hit the floor in the paint. But it's going back to ACU.
Well, I feel for Trinity Moore, who gets the 3-second violation call, but had great position on the inside. Her teammates just could not get her the basketball down on that right block, and she's the one who gets the 3-second call, but no fault of hers, had great position on the inside.
Inside Tatum Barber. Miraz, no good from 3, and was going to note about the three-point shooting. You want to talk three-point shooters? Miraz is the one to talk about. Number 2 in the country in percentage from the three-point line.
Yeah, 58.3%. And don't think, oh, we're just, 8 games into the year, that's skewed. No, that's an impressive number, 21 of 36. Now 21 of 37 on the year.
Yeah, that's a ridiculous number. Here is Cooper looking baseline, nearly stolen. There's some extra passing and a chance at an open look, and that works beautifully for the Golden Eagles. That's Ariel Walker, and ORU has scored the first 5 of the second quarter.
Well, good rhythm on their offense. Get the ball on the inside, turn, reverse, collapse the defense, kick it back out. First three-pointer of the night for the Golden Eagles.
Don't sleep on how good the ORU defense has been so far as well. Both teams in a low-scoring game. This is a jump ball, and the arrow will go back to ORU. Delaney Nix checks in. The first-year Golden Eagle transfer from West Texas A&M.
So Nix and Emma Middleton have probably done some battles in the past. West Texas A&M and Lubbock Christian University, both in the Division II level in the same conference.
And that's a good women's basketball league in Division II, that Lone Star Conference. 10 to shoot it, nearly stolen from Reagan Shoemaker. Walker, 2 to shoot it. Offensive board for Lippy. A fresh 20, but the clock stopped. So they got to reset that shot clock. Put 17 on and
7 offensive rebounds for ORU. Just 2 second chance points, but extra possessions from the offensive board.
that one's a second chance point. Kenny, Joe Lippy puts ORU in front.
And as difficult it was to score in the first quarter, just 6 points in the first quarter, already with 8 here in the quarter, and 0 for 9 in the first quarter from behind the three-point line. They're 2 for 3 here in quarter number 2.
An 8-0 start. Miller tries to respond with a 3 for Abilene Christian.
Good extra pass.
Miraz. Yep. That one's good.
Good extra pass. Barber had the ball at the top of the key. She recognized the hot shooter on the season. As you mentioned, the second leading three-point shooter as far as field goal percentage, three-point percentage in the country. Cameron Miraz standing at the left wing.
Look at Emma Middleton get a steal up there near the half-court line. She is in some pain. And now a corner 3 for ORU from Walker. Offline, and Emma Middleton having a hard time getting down the floor. Von Naren's tough scoop layup out of bounds to the Golden Eagles. There is subs coming in. And returning with 2 fouls is Sarah Griswold to the ACU lineup.
I'm not sure what happened there. It looked like Emma had the steal. I don't know if that's body-to-body contact or if she just kind of tweaked that knee a little bit, but they'll check her out back behind the bench.
And Trinity Moore is the one who hit the floor on that possession as well. She appears to be okay. But they did sub her out of the ball game as well. Tirza Moore, her twin sister. And they are identical twins in every sense of the word.
Yeah, good thing they have different numbers on their jerseys.
No
We'd be in trouble.
35 and 45. Ball tapped away. It's going to stay with the Golden Eagles, so they're going to bring back in Katie Scott as Shoemaker takes a seat. It feels like we've had some offense in spurts, but nothing consistent here. I'll be curious to see how these teams adjust the rest of the way in the quarter. Scott long 2. That time the rebound secured by the Wildcats.
Let's see if they work the inside. They try to, Cam, trying to find Griswold on the inside.
And a second chance, and that one's deflected and poked free. 13 turnovers combined here in this first half. A 3 from Nix. That's no good. Another aboard. Walker was wide open and instead draws the foul on Maddie Miller. It's going to be her second, and that'll take us to a timeout. Not necessarily high flying on offense, but ACU with a 2-point lead. And now neither team in that Southland Conference. ORU was only there for just a little bit. This is a program that joined the Summit League in 1997. They left in 2012 to join the Southland Conference, only to then return to the Summit in 2014, overlapping with Abilene Christian in the Southland Conference for 1 year. ACU first-year members of the Western Athletic Conference.
Zach, ACU just 3 points in the quarter thus far. 1 of 5 now, 1 of 6 shooting, and we're 5.5 minutes deep. Just 6 shot attempts in the quarter. 4 turnovers by the Wildcats offensively.
8 to shoot it as Bonaren's had it blocked. Now she gets it back and can't convert. And Scott with the rebound.
That's a good look by Cam. That's twice in a row that I think Jamie, if she would just jump stop, collect herself, and shoot it, the last 2 of her field goal attempts would have been good. But both of them have been a little rushed, doesn't have her feet set, kind of an underneath scoop layup attempts, and both have missed. She'd just take that extra half second to collect herself and get all of her momentum going the same direction. I think both of her last 2 shots go in.
And then the foul on Bonairens, who's got 4 points in the game on already 2 of 11 shooting.
Great job, Griswold. As a set play to flood the floor left side, try to get a lob pass over the top, and Griswold knocked it away.
And then the pass maybe just a little wide for Barber to go get it all the way at the other end of the floor. When the turnovers have happened tonight, they've come in bunches. And they're kind of, in a way, canceling each other out. When one team turns it over, the other team seems to give it right back.
And I'm telling you, Zach, I'm not sure this pace and this style of game, I don't know who it favors right now. ACU's so used to scoring points, and when Oral Roberts is successful, their 4 wins, they're averaging 87. They don't play well when it's less than 60.
Here's a turnover. Barber didn't get the chance the previous possession, gets one here, and it's blocked away by Tira Moore, and then Bonairens is able to clean up the mess. It hasn't been pretty tonight, but they'll take it. You ready for this? Bonairens has taken 12 of the 25 shots for ACU. Ball's deflected out of bounds. It'll stick with the Golden Eagles.
A good hustle play. First the steal by Barber, but then after the block shot, a good job by Bonairens to run it down and nobody there and help defense transition defense, and an easy 2 for Jamie.
So the Golden Eagles shooting 18% from the floor, 14% from the three-point line, much better in the quarter. Offensive foul.
And I think they got Scott again fighting for position down on the inside.
And for Scott, it's personal foul number 3. She'll stay out there on the floor. She's got 3. Griswold has 2. Number 23 in white. It's getting interesting. Oh, it might be number 4. Or was that number 2 and now this is 3?
Yeah, I think, Zach, this is just now number 3.
Okay, so this will be the 3rd foul on Scott. She had the offense to give her her 2nd. This is her 3rd. Nonetheless, they're going to pull her out of the game.
Well, you're seeing Griswold's effectiveness offensively. Griswold recognized the mismatch. Defenses have to respect that mid-range jumper from the elbow. So Sarah puts it on the floor and tries to get to the block, and it's a reach-in foul, and that's, as we mentioned, foul number 3.
Bonairens again, little baby hook this time, and she's got 8 to lead ACU.
Boy, she looks so comfortable. It took 2 or 3 games for her to find a little confidence here at ACU, but she looks so comfortable with the ball in her hands.
Nice pass. That's a great pass and finish. Moore is going to go to the line for a chance at a 3-point play.
Help defense slow to rotate. First of all, good penetration. Not really a pick and roll, but does get a screen there at the top of the key, and Cooper able to find Moore all by herself. Good finish, chance for a 3-point play.
So Tirza Moore, the freshman out of Oklahoma City. We mentioned her twin sisters, number 35, Trinity. They're both on the floor right now. And that free throw is no good from someone who's shooting at 62% from the season at the stripe. That pass is stolen. This has been a good couple of minutes for Tirza Moore, and then the foul on Bonairens after the bad pass. No rhythm.
No.
This game has just been choppy from literally the opening tip because of the stoppages of the clock. But it's been physical and really just slow-paced in the ball game, and Moore goes back to the line.
Zach, good to see Emma Middleton back on the floor. Tweaked that knee a moment ago and checked out, but she is back on the floor. That's a good sign for Julie Goodenough and company.
Boy, ORU is just 5 for their first 10 at the foul line tonight. 6 out of 11 as Moore splits. 2-point ball game in a low-scoring first half, just 2.5 until the break. Bella Earl, the freshman out of Denton Geyer High School in Corinth, Texas. One of the most decorated freshmen on that incoming class for Abilene Christian. Miraz has her second three. If they get her going, this offense starts to pick it up.
And what's funny, Zach, I was watching that possession play out. No dribbling in that possession at all. And I thought somebody's got to cut, somebody's got to pick and roll screen. All it took was a reverse of the basketball, skip pass across the defense. Cam was ready to fire, and she does, and her second three of the night.
It's a take from Cooper. Don't know if that was altered or not. Good backside defense. That's a great work from Kenny Jo Lippy to get back defensively.
And the game for the Golden Eagles, number 11, Ariel Walker.
Here's a look again. No dribble at all in that possession. It's just a skip pass, right wing to left wing, and Cam ready to shoot. Continues to work on that field goal percentage from behind the three.
Emma Middleton. Double digits in each of the last two, getting it going, and all of a sudden the largest lead of the game for Abilene Christian at 25-18. They've hit on each of their last four shots.
Well, you know, a team that averages 81 a game like the Wildcats do will score in bunches. They can score in bunches, so that's two consecutive possessions now with points, and what has been a defensive rock fight thus far. 5 points in 2 possessions, a 2-point lead stretched out to 7. 7 is huge tonight. It's taken teams an entire quarter to score 7 on a night like tonight. So that's quality offensive possessions the last 2 times.
Oral Roberts still really trying to solve it. ACU, you've seen the defense mix up. It's been a straight up 2-3 zone, and then they've kind of mixed and matched some pieces of the defense to try to switch some things up.
Yeah, and Oral Roberts just can't get into that flow. They've had a few possessions, but until they shoot the three-point shot a little bit better, ACU's going to pack that paint. They're going to stay inside that paint area and force the Golden Eagles to shoot from deep.
90 ticks until halftime. Lippy's going to find a nice wide open pass, and the finish from Moore.
Well, their last 2 have been penetrate from the top of the key, get into the paint, and then a block-to-block type pass, one side of the paint to the other side of the paint for an easy one from the blocks.
Middleton, that's a nice little left-hander, but couldn't get it to roll in. And the rebound to Shoemaker. As we've got a minute left. Moore again, what a quarter she's having.
Oh, that's pretty. But give Cooper credit at the point guard position. Cooper leads the team in assists, and that's back-to-back possessions. She's been able to slip through the defense, penetrate into the paint. Moore's waiting for a nice, easy pass and a nice, easy finish.
She's got 7. That matches Lippy for this team best. 40 ticks. Middleton. Not much difference here between game and shot clock.
Yeah, ORU can really hold for the final. About a 2-second difference, and it looks like they are content to try to get a shot up right at the end of the shot clock.
They lead the quarter 16-12. Well, it's a corner 3 to even it up, and it's Lippy. 5 seconds. Barber will get it off. It is good. Oh, what a way to end a quarter. 3s from each side. And with excitement, we send it to the halftime break. ACU with a 3-point lead. 28-25. Barber for 3 at halftime on ESPN is coming up next. 55, a low-scoring first half at Abilene, Texas. Tonight, ACU and Oral Roberts here at the break. And we say welcome courtside, everybody. Zach Carlisle along with Andy Penny. Well, an interesting first half. It felt like every time somebody get going, they'd kind of just stop and take a couple of steps back. It was very choppy. I'm excited to see what the second half brings.
I don't think you're going to see that first half at any summer clinic about how to play offense necessarily, but maybe intensity and defense on the other side. Both teams continue to play hard, and we saw that at the very end, back-to-back three-pointers from both teams. ORU ties it. ACU hits one at the buzzer for the 3-point first half lead, but give credit to ACU. They're not shooting the three-point shot well, which is the bread and butter, but outscoring ORU in the paint, which I think is a telling stat. We thought 60 points would win it tonight. 28-25, we're right on pace.
Yeah, I mean, and I think to your point, we weren't sure midway through the first quarter, early second quarter, which team this style would kind of benefit. Neither team can get a shot to go right now. I think it is something like 7 for 27 from the three-point line. I think there's going to have to be an emphasis on something in the paint. These post players may be a big factor down the stretch.
And I think something for ACU is 0 free throw attempts in the first half. They do get into the paint, as we mentioned. They outscore ORU 16-10 in that first half, points in the paint. Finally got hot from the three-point line as you see Maddie Miller hit this one. Cam Miraz 2 for 3 in the first half, and then Barber hits the one right at the halftime break. That's the bread and butter. You know ACU will continue to fire that, but it's going to be some little things. Defensive rebounds, some more points in the paint. Can the Wildcats get to the free throw line too?
Oral Roberts on the other side of things, 6 points in the first quarter, 19 in the second. It was a much better 10 minutes for the Golden Eagles.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And it started with Hannah Cooper, the point guard, who was able to penetrate, get into the paint, and then dish. And some shots from the inside went in for ORU, and that's kept them in the ball game. A couple three-point shots for the Golden Eagles too.
Well, as these teams are warming up to get ready for the second half of play, I'm excited to watch it. The turnovers, I thought it kind of felt like there was more, but it didn't really benefit one side. And those kind of came in bunches. One team would turn it over, they'd give it back to the other team. I don't know. We'll see what the third quarter has in store. I'm curious. There was just a 34% shooting clip between the teams in the first half, and just 25% from the three-point line. ACU, an interesting note as we keep it here as we get ready to start the second half here in just a moment. ACU, an interesting note. This is now the third time this year that they have played a game and not shot a free throw in the first half. Can they get to the foul line here in the second half? I think there's a lot of questions on offense for both of these teams. We'll see what gets answered.
Well, the good thing is ACU has been in some games like this, some tight games. ORU has as well, but the 4-6 record, ACU at 7-1, and of course on the home floor as well. Julie Goodenough's been in this situation before. They'll be ready to go. You know they will continue to fire the three-point shot. That's what they do. That's what they do best. But again, some of the smaller things: defensive rebounds, keep ORU off the offensive glass, run when you can. Some of those turnovers, see if you can turn those points into turnovers. Interesting fact. ORU just 2 fast break points. ACU is 0 fast break points. So transition defense for both teams has been really good. This is your trademark rock fight type of game here in the first half.
Well, Misty Cousin, the head coach for Oral Roberts, 10th-year head coach there. She's been with the program forever. ACU's got a 10th-year head coach in Julie Goodenought. These are veteran teams with veteran coaches. I expect this to go back and forth in the second half. We shall see what it will bring. ACU's going to start with the ball, and I think they're going to have to put more than 1 minute on the clock to start the period. How about 10 minutes? Let's do it. Third quarter action off and running here at the Teague Center.
We'll tell you, Zach, you look at the minutes played in the first half, really just a 6-person rotation there in the first half, excluding Griswold, who was in foul trouble, only played 7 minutes in the first half.
See if the posts play a factor in the third. This is Walker.
Wildcats back to a 2-3 zone.
Lippy to the paint. That's no good. She is tied with Moore as the leading scorer for ORU in the ball game. Both teams hit threes on their final possession of the second quarter. Miller, that one's way out there, and she buries one. A fired up Maddie Miller after the three-pointer.
And I tell you, from my perspective, I thought, no, okay, that's a good shot. It's one of those, but that's what ACU does. I just thought, boy, that was early in the shot clock. Let the possession mature a little bit, but Maddie says, no, I'm going to go ahead and fire, and she proves me wrong. Good-looking shot from the senior.
A fake, and Walker draws the foul on the baseline. Is that on Griswold?
ACU's number 22,
No, it's 22, not 23. It's Barber.
There's another good look here. Flash up from corner to wing and bury it from about 23 feet out.
It's way out there. Walker trying to penetrate. She's done it a couple of times. Put back chance. It is Shoemaker right back to that offensive rebound, and we've been talking about it all night.
Now 9-4 in that category. ORU leads that category.
Minute and a half gone by in the third. Wrestled away, and a tie up, and the arrow goes the other direction to the visitors from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Came down yesterday, about 5.5 hours away from here and over in northeast Oklahoma.
This is the backside of the Texas two-step they've been on this week as they were in Stephenville a few days ago, taking on Tarleton.
Yeah, another whack opponent. Losing that game 59-55. Three-pointer no good from Lippy.
ORU's most success in the first half, I thought, Zach, was when Hannah Cooper, the point guard, was able to penetrate, get into the paint, and dish. Had a few buckets from Moore. Tirza Moore off of that penetration and pass, but have not seen that here in the first 2 minutes. ORU settled for some outside shots.
ORU is just +9 for the whole season in the third quarter. They have not been able to gain a lot of advantages out of halftime. And they've been trying to make up a lot of ground in the fourth quarter of games this year, which is hard to do. Barber saves it. Yeah, well, Miraz can't, and out of bounds it goes. Oh, no, foul first. It's on Walker.
Fouls on ORU's number 11, Ariel Walker, her second.
Well, again, it's just been hard to run in transition for either team. Might be the most impressive stat tonight. Combined 2 fast break points. ORU with 1 bucket in transition. It's the epitome of a half-court game. Yeah,
Plenty of time on the shot clock. Bonarens. I think that's who the ball has to go to right now if you're Abilene
boy,
Christian.
she is so smooth. You know, every successful team needs that one go-to player. When you need a bucket, who are we going to? And Bonarens, in a hurry, is turning into that player.
First Wildcat to double figures. Turnover on ORU. Lippy's got 10 on the other side for Oral Roberts.
Well, this is a chance. ACU a 2-possession lead here at 6. Try to take control of this game 3 minutes deep here in the second half. Good pass across the paint.
Griswold, that's high off window.
Oh, it's a beautiful use of the left hand. Griswold, a little fake shimmy into the center of the paint, goes back baseline side, and with the defender on her right hip, uses that left hand and does a great job. There was nothing that Shoemaker could do to try to alter that shot.
Yeah, Griswold might have got a hand on that. That was her first shot attempt of the game. Those fouls have kept her on the sideline. A putback opportunity here. And the Golden Eagles take advantage after Cooper missed.
Yeah, Shoemaker is 6'2".
Von Ahrens with 10, trying to add to it. Yeah, why not?
Well, that is silky. And when you have to guard the three-point line so tight, because ACU, that again is the bread and butter, and you spread the floor well, when you have 4 around the perimeter, it creates driving lanes. It was just one dribble and a shot, and it was up and good.
Moore with an and one for the second time tonight. Maddie Miller with the foul. Chance for another three-point play for Moore. She makes that look a lot easier than it is to catch it like that through traffic and to score the ball.
She's impressive as a freshman. Good position on the inside. I think ORU has to get the ball into Moore's hands almost every possession. That's where they've been successful tonight.
Kenny Jo Lippy takes a seat. Free throw good for Tirza Moore.
Here you see again, it's a lob pass over the top. The help defense from Miller slow to get over, and Moore able to finish.
So Moore joins Lippy with 10 points. Both on the bench right now for the Golden Eagles. ACU with a 5-point lead. Bella Earl, the freshman, into the game. High pass tapped away. Nope, no one touched that one, in fact, and it's a turnover. Would be 11 turnovers on each side. ORU forces 16 per game. ACU forces 17 per game. See if Cooper can penetrate again. Oh, she does and finish as well.
And again, I think it was 3 consecutive possessions in that second quarter where it was Cooper penetrating into the paint. In that second quarter, she was dishing it off to Moore. That time, nobody picks her up. She goes all the way to the glass.
Here's a foul. Barber draws it against Shoemaker.
Fouls on number 20, Reagan Shoemaker.
17 total fouls of the game tonight.
Oh, good flash from Griswold into the paint, but Miraz didn't see her.
8 to shoot it. They're going to get Griswold involved. The left hand is no good.
Well, and the ACU side really wanted a foul there. A lot of contact as Griswold went up with the left hand again, but no call.
Trinity Moore defending. That is Delaney Nix. From close to where the buses pulled in tonight, they'll drop the team off.
Well, Wildcats really trying to get Griswold involved. Good face up.
Oh, Griswold's fouled that time. Didn't get it the previous trip. She gets it here, and she's shooting free throws when we come back. 3-point game in Abilene, Texas. A good one in the third. Holds a 3-point lead. We are even 9-9 here in this third quarter as ACU clings to this advantage right in this 4-game winning streak. They've had to do it differently here tonight. It has not been the high-flying, high-scoring action we're used to seeing from this team.
Yeah, just 5 of 16 shooting the 3-point shot. They've been in double digits as far as 3-pointers made nearly every game this year. As a matter of fact, all but 2 games, they've been in double digits for 3-pointers made. Thus far tonight, just 5 of 16, but they're finding other ways to do it, and they've really concentrated on getting the ball to Sarah Griswold the last few trips. And now she's at the free throw line. First free throw attempts of the night for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Griswold, the redshirt junior out of Oklahoma, started her career at Northern Oklahoma College, transferred to ACU. This was the foul before the break, by the way, on the jump shot to give her these foul shots, and she connects. Second-year Wildcat tore her ACL in March prior to their postseason tournament and came back for the start of the season. It has been spectacular. Corner 3, it's Cooper. She's lived more inside with the ball possession. That time misses a 3.
That's not Cooper's game. Cooper's a distributor.
This is Von Naren's game, though. It's a 3 from the corner.
Boy, she is just feeling it.
As confident as one can look.
15 now in the night. Again, coming off of her ACU career high. Back-to-back games with 19. The last 2 times out with 15 now tonight.
Kenny Jo Lippy back out there after a brief time on the bench. She'll take it. Oh, almost got it. Oh, it's a putback and one. Oh, this is crazy good in the paint from Trinity Moore. These Moore sisters are really fun to watch.
And Lippy just goes one-on-one right here all the way with Barber. I mean, all the way down. And it's just on the backside. Moore beats the defense. Backside block position. Offensive rebound and a putback. 12 offensive rebounds for the Golden Eagles tonight. And now 12 second chance points.
And a de facto 13th, basically, with the 3-point play for Trinity Moore.
I think still here, work the ball through Bonarin, see if you can get Griswold down on the inside.
Paige Imborski from the outside.
That's the second time tonight Paige right off the bench has fired really in the first offensive possession. She's missed both. Not a bad look, but wonder if she's into the flow of the game.
Lippy's been into the flow, but airball to three, and then right there again, another second chance. That's Faith Paramore who makes the offensive rebound and then is able to convert. Paramore, a sophomore from Haven, Kansas.
Double screen, top of the key.
Von Ahrens again. Oh, she is on fire. She's got 18.
Well, it's pretty offense at the top of the key. It's a double screen. Miraz can go either way. She decides to go right, and it works kind of as a pick and roll top of the key. Von Ahrens gives the screen to Miraz going right, then flashes out to the left side of the three-point line, and it's back-to-back threes for Jamie.
Lippy trying to draw contact on Barber and Griswold. It slips off of her fingers out of bounds.
And for the Wildcats, number 31, Becky Miller, number 10, Taylor Morgan.
Boy, it's just hard to say enough good things about what Jamie Von Ahrens is doing.
Yeah, again, it's just pick Miraz going right. You set the screen, roll to the left. Cameron recognizes it as the help defense kind of made its way into the paint. And it left Jamie wide open on the left side for another three-point shot.
A chance for Ariel Walker to create something, and Cooper's out there too. Nix is just not afraid to launch it from anywhere. Oh, at the shot clock buzzer. Wow, friendly roll on the road too.
You don't see that very often. Nice soft touch from top of the key.
Von Ahrens. Oh, it's a heat check, isn't it? Go get her offensive rebound.
Yeah, fired that one a little prematurely, but when you get your offensive rebound, your own rebound, you can get away with it.
Griswold, so good facing up to the basket. Couldn't get the roll. The rebound to Moore. Cooper, so good at that, just getting it to the hoop. And this will be free throws for Paramore.
I'm really surprised, Zach, that I feel like in the half court, Cooper doesn't touch the ball very often, but when she does, it's highly effective. That time in transition, able to drive in all the way deeper than the free throw line. It's a good dish down on the inside to Paramore. Can't finish, but she'll go to the line and shoot two.
Third foul on Von Ahrens. And this is Faith Paramore at the line. We mentioned a sophomore out of Kansas. Was the first ever girls basketball player out of Haven High School to sign with the Division I athletics program. In her second year with Oral Roberts, after playing in 15 games a year ago. Takes a seat here, and we have a timeout. We're going to take one with them. A minute and a half in the third. Deadlocked at 44. Boy, this has been a fun one. 44 apiece here. Oral Roberts, 19 points in back-to-back quarters in the middle of this ball game. And they would love to get out of here with a win and try to split a Monday-Wednesday matchup before heading out for the weekend. This is a big one for them, and they have really, to their credit, fought hard here tonight.
There's been a few times where ORU could have really folded the tents as ACU really in that first quarter built a nice lead, but Golden Eagles continue to fight back. Tie ball game.
Middleton no good in the paint for ACU, and there is Tirja Moore, who's just spectacular.
Well, Zach, looking at ACU's schedule, just one game this year has finished with a final spread of less than 10 points. So a little bit of new territory for ACU here in 21-22.
Learning how to win those games early on in the season. ORU, same situation for them. This is Lippy. Oh, they're going to call an off-the-ball offensive foul on Reagan Shoemaker. So it was not on Lippy who was driving. It was Shoemaker who had it without possession of the ball. 48 seconds to go.
Zach Benares just came out. This will probably be a quick breather. I would assume the rest of this third quarter, she'll play the final 10-minute stretch, but she'll get a quick breather here.
Morgan for 3, 0 for 3 from the three-point line tonight. Von Ahrens has had back-to-back 19-point games. She's got 18. here through 3. 3-second difference between the game and shot clock. Here's Lippy.
Golden Eagles content to run it all the way down, maybe get an offensive rebound and a put back right at the quarter buzzer.
Oh, who's the pass to here? A big turnover with about 5 seconds. And now ACU a chance to take the lead going to the fourth.
Moore was at the left wing and cut to the block where Lippy thought she was going to stay out at the left wing and sailed a pass out of bounds.
Get a shot off. Miller, a little underhand three-point shot. That's no good to send us to the end of 3. You ready for the final 10 minutes? It's going to be a good one. 44 apiece through 3 in Abilene, Texas. Peak Center in Abilene, Texas for WAC Women's Hoops on ESPN. Zach Carlisle, Andy Penny, the whole student-run gang at ACU TV, Will King, and the folks in the studio. Glad you're with us on a Wednesday night. It's a part of our doubleheader. Maddie Miller trying to get the fourth quarter started with some free throws on a take to the basket in a game tied at 44.
And Zach, my thoughts were, okay, important things come into play when you got a tie game. Shot selection is huge. Free throw shooting becomes huge. Obviously, defense and defensive rebounding, an area that ACU needs to concentrate on. They've been beat in that category tonight, but just 2 free throw attempts through 3 quarters. So what do the Wildcats do? They attack the basket. Maddie gets to the free throw line.
And Miller misses the second and is able to come up with one. Miraz almost dripped home a 3, and then the ball, this is gonna keep it with the Wildcats somehow. And plenty of time because of that missed free throw. It hit the rim, and then obviously the clock would go to 20. Barber no good on the 3. Here comes ORU.
Well, I tell you, I thought that was a unique no call. I thought ACU had possession, kick it out to Miraz, no call on a foul, and then the ball goes into the backcourt, but no call anywhere.
There's a call, and it's an and one. Shoemaker. Boy, ORU has really had a lot of these chances at three-point plays tonight in the post. And so Shoemaker to the line here. It's interesting. 54 coming into tonight. 54 more rebounds than points in her Oral Roberts career. A grad student, had some red shirts, is able to stay with the program. And of course with COVID, you never know who's got what eligibility left these days, but Shoemaker's been with the program a long, long time. Able to put Oral Roberts in front by 2.
Eagles still in man-to-man defense.
Trying to get Imborski open. Miraz has 2 threes. Those are her lone points tonight. Barber's going to settle. Oh, and she's going to bank it in. No, it's a 2. They're calling it a long 2 for Tatum Barber to tie the game.
That's a bailout. Good thing the banks were open here late on a Wednesday night. Not a quality offensive possession. Too much standing around. But Barber bailed out with a shot from 18.
Here's Nix. Oh, she is so dangerous. From the outside, Delaney Nix, the senior from Tahlequah, Oklahoma.
That's her second 3 tonight, 6 points.
ORU by 3. This is the largest lead for the Golden Eagles. Maddie Miller cuts it back to 1 immediately.
Good offensive set. Maddie gets the ball on the right elbow. Griswold's at the left elbow, and they kind of crisscross. Little scissor cut that works as a screen, and Miller the easy layup.
And a pass high from Moore. And in comes Jamie Bonnerins, 18 points through 3 quarters. She does have 3 fouls. They hold her on the bench to start the 4th. We don't expect her to leave the floor again, I imagine, for ACU.
Yeah, Zach, that's about a 3-minute of game time break, but you factor in the quarter change as well. So Jamie got a good 10, 12-minute real-time break there. I would anticipate already 27 minutes tonight. She'll be on the floor for the final 8.
Oh, how did Maddie Miller corral that from Miraz and then couldn't finish? Not even sure how she gathered the ball.
There's been a collective effort here in the quarter to get the ball into Maddie's hands down on the block.
Moore kicks it. This is Walker for 3. Would have been a big shot to go up 4, but an offensive rebound.
Well, that's the shot you want to give up in the set, but you have to get the defensive rebound.
Oh, another chance at a three-point play. It is Ariel Walker. The hoop and the heart.
Again, the Wildcats get the shot you want in the offensive set. You're okay with Walker taking a 20, 21-foot three-point shot on the left block, but it's the offensive rebound and a second chance opportunity, and Walker says, I'm not settling for the three-point shot this time. I'm going to the rack. She gets it in and gets to the foul line, too.
And Griswold goes back to the bench for ACU. And the three-point play converted. Griswold has 4 personal fouls. And sits down Emma Middleton. Big minutes in the fourth quarter coming up for ACU. Oral Roberts with their largest lead of the night.
There's still plenty of time left. No reason to start scoreboard watching quite yet. Run your offense, get you a good look.
Drive and kick method here for Maddie Miller. Von Naren's as confident as ever. She's going to shoot 2 here. That might have been Shoemaker who is going to be called for the foul, and it is. And for Shoemaker, it's foul number 3. Looked like she lost the ball there for a second.
Yeah, I think so. And when she collected it, a quick decision to shoot the shot. Because of that, I think Shoemaker just a little out of position. Her hands were out to try to extend for the loose basketball, but Benares goes up so fast, a little hand-to-hand contact, and it's enough to get Jamie to the free throw line.
First free throw is good. So this is now 3 consecutive games with 19 points for Von Ahrens, and you figure she'll add to it with the free throw. Yeah, the announcers jinxes no more, and the free throw's good. And Von Ahrens has a 20-point game, the first Wildcat all season to score a 20-pointer in a ball game. That 3 from Nix is no good. Oh, that pass a little wide. That's going to be a steal.
Well, this won't count as a second chance opportunity, but boy, really
Basically.
it is. You get the defensive rebound, but then a not so good outlet pass, it turns into a turnover.
I think somebody called for the ball from Lippy, and she literally mouthed the word no and wanted to find a better shot. Here comes Cooper. Stripped away, and it ends up in Shoemaker's arms.
Let's see if ACU continues to work the ball either through Von Ahrens or Miller. Maddie's had it a bunch down in the low block here in this fourth.
Obviously, Marad's a dangerous shooter, and Borski, you've said it tonight, Andy, that it just hasn't felt like in rhythm when she's out there. Her minutes have been limited, and she's going to take a seat. She's 0 for 3 from the three-point line.
Yeah, and all 3 have just been catching fire, not in what feels like a good flow of an offensive set.
Barber returns. ACU with it, down by a pair. 6 minutes to go.
Excuse me, Zach, trying to find Maddie again down on the low block.
10 to shoot it. Barber draws a foul. That's Delaney Nix. Much to the dislike of Misty Cousin, the head coach of ORU.
I'll tell you, this officiating crew has let a lot of body type contact like that go tonight, but they call that one on Nix.
Roz out of bounds. Turnover number 4 on the ACU point guard. And turnover number 13 for Abilene Christian tonight. Oh, they lob it up in here to Moore. Middleton couldn't defend her. Tirza Moore.
Well, Wildcats took a shot with no help defense on the backside. They thought Middleton had the length to keep that lob pass from making its way to Moore, but good lob pass, good catch.
That one's a 3 this time. Barber banked home a very long 2. Miller banks home a 3. What is going on out here? Now Nix from the parking lot. I mean, my goodness. Miller's out of bounds. Well, it's a 1-point game, and these threes are coming from everywhere. As we approach 5 minutes to go. ACU's 8 for 25 from distance. Oral Roberts 5 for 25. We've seen 50 attempts and just 13 makes. There's attempt number 51 on the night. It's a foul on the rebound attempt, and it's going on ACU. It's on Middleton.
Fouls on ACU number 4 in the middle.
Well, that rotation just slow, and because of that, another offensive opportunity here for the Golden Eagles.
1 point game. Boy, this is going to be an exciting finish. Of this fourth quarter and late in the third. It's 1 point contest. Take a look at the next 4 for Oral Roberts. Ready to go for Summit League play. South Dakota next Monday, South Dakota State, Denver, and Omaha. The first 4 in conference for these Golden Eagles. Their final non-conference tune-up of this 2021 calendar year. Cooper for 3. That's a big one to go back up 4, matching their largest lead tonight.
Well, the point guard has not been a scoring threat tonight. She's been a drive and dish, but just a reverse pass on the backside. That's a big-time shot from Cooper.
And for Cooper, that's Jamie Von Ahrens doing her thing. But for Cooper, she had just 5 threes on the season before that one, her first tonight. The next 4 for ACU, non-conference action. Continuing with Northern Colorado on Sunday, McMurray the following Tuesday. And then they open WAC play with Utah Valley and Dixie State. All of them right here at home, and all of them on ESPN+. Feels like a big possession here with about 4 to go, and Nix another deep 3. And another offensive rebound, the 16th of the game for Oral Roberts. More to the paint. And a foul here. It's on Miller for ACU.
Boy, Maddie's fighting her claim there. That's just a box out on the backside, but well, that's a tough call. But again, it comes back to a second chance opportunity even before the foul. The long rebound that Moore runs down for a second chance opportunity. Again, Miller thought she had good backside block, but yeah, they'll call her there. A little left hip into the side of Shoemaker, knocks her down. Good call.
Under 4 to go in a 2-point game. Cooper hit the big 3 earlier. Here is Lippy in the paint.
Well, it's a lot of penetration even against the 2-3 zone. Ball makes its way into the paint. It's kicked out to Lippy. Then she drives. She gets into the paint, hits the floater.
Mirage no good on the 3.
And again, a little impatient on that offensive step. Still 3.5 minutes left with a 4-point game. Cam shot that one a little quick.
Feels like it has to start at this end for Abilene Christian.
Hustle plays on the defensive end right now.
Approaching 3 to go next, denied by Middleton. The 6-2 post sends it away.
Right on call for you, Mr. Carlisle. Big time play for Middleton.
Now back to Von Ahrens. The fadeaway, and it is going to go out of bounds to ACU. I mean, that's not an easy shot. It didn't go in, but she looked like, I got no problem taking a shot like that.
Well, that's another tool in the toolbox. That's an offensive advantage for Von Ahrens. Even though she gives up a few inches, I think just the quickness of feet, that's a mismatch.
Mirage way out there. No, Griswold's fouled. Nick's got a piece of her. That was all in one motion to catch it and try to put it back up, and she'll shoot 2.
Well, what's been the Achilles heel for ACU defensively has been getting a defensive rebound, but this time on the other end of the floor, the same result, an offensive rebound for Griswold.
That's just the 8th O board for ACU tonight.
But a good hustle play for Sarah.
Griswold no good. ACU as a team, 78% at the foul line, 24th nationally. Tonight, just 4 for 7. There hasn't been a lot of them in the game. The free throw good here. Coming up, the second game of our doubleheader does not tip till 8 o'clock tonight on ESPN+. A men's game, Cal State Bakersfield, Abilene Christian should be a fun one. Speaking of fun, these final 2.5. ORU up 3 on the ball. Nix has definitely shot it from there before. 5 on the shot clock. Here's Lippy. Oh, they got it somehow to Moore.
That's a patient offensive set. Work the shot clock down underneath 5. Lippy finds a driving lane, and nice finish.
Miraz, no, those are not falling right now for ACU. Andy, was that too quick of a shot? It's a jump ball here.
Well, I think, again, it's still a 2-possession game. Now, Cam can shoot the 3, but to me it feels like let's work the offense here for 10, 15 seconds before we take that shot. But Cam just missed that one. Can't find it. She's missed her last 3. She's 2 for 7 from behind the arc tonight. Now it all becomes defense. Oral Roberts going to milk some clock here. They're going to squeeze some possessions out of this final 2 minutes. ACU still in a zone-type look. Again, it's all about penetration and dish for the Golden Eagles. That's been the bread and butter tonight.
Here they go with Cooper. Nice, tough slide through. And she will shoot 2 after the foul on Miraz. 1:38 to go. This 5-point lead where they're at is their largest lead of the night and a chance to add to it.
We said first one to 60 tonight. We'll see if that holds true.
Cooper good here. Timeout. Abilene Christian. With 1:38 to go. And in a 6-point game, I mean, obviously, if the shot goes here, it's a 7-point game, which is this is a big free throw to try to get it to 3 possessions. But now you flip the tables. Abilene Christian's got to figure something out on offense.
Yeah, I think so. And there's still plenty of time. Don't settle for 3-point shots thinking you've got to get back in this thing. There's still plenty of time to go. I think the ball has to work through Van Narens. I think you have to get the ball into her hands. She's had in what I would consider a mismatch with Shoemaker as far as agility. I'd try to get the ball into the hands of Van Narens about 15 feet away from the basket and let her try to penetrate and either finish or dish to 3-point shooters. Don't take the 3-point shot out, but I don't think you have to settle for the 3-point shot. I think, again, Van Narens or even Maddie Miller, get the ball in some space for one of those, see if they can create off the dribble, get to the basket, and then your outlet is the dish out, kick out to the 3-point line.
Because it feels like the last 3 trips has been Miraz off a screen, launch the 3. Has now worked out. All right, here comes Cooper to the line. This season, a 67% free throw shooter. It's a 3-possession game. But 1:35 is a long time in college basketball. Lob it to Miller here. It's tapped away by Lippy.
Flooded the right side of the floor and tried to get the lob pass to Miller. Just great play by Lippy to deflect that away. Still 20 on the shot clock.
Lippy's impressive. She has battled illness the course of the last few games. Missed a game due to it as well. 10 on the shot clock. There's Van Narens, her first touch of the possession. Griswold wide open.
Great dish. Tiza Moore tried to jump a passing lane out at the top of the key, and Griswold slipped underneath, got to the block.
Now a 5-point game.
Understatement of the night. This is a big-time defensive possession here for ACU.
Biggest possession of the night for either side. Cooper trying to find space. Gonna get it away. Walker and a whistle, and free throws are coming up. Ariel Walker trying to find some space on that right side. She'll shoot 2.
Barber the foul. Barber anticipating one more dribble of penetration. And then Walker pulls up, jump stop, pulls up, and Barber with body contact on the shot.
42 seconds. Huge free throws here. Good. And this is the one that could push it to 3 possessions again. It's no good. and a timeout ACU, they can advance the ball now into the front court.
And Zach, even now, just 41.6 on the clock. I still don't think you have to settle for the three-point shot. I think you get a quality look at the rim as fast as you can. Now, you can't burn a lot of clock down by 6, but don't think you have to settle for the three quite yet. Still see if you can get the ball down to maybe Miller or Griswold on the block, or get the ball into the hands of Benarin with some space to try to create.
So this was that foul that put Walker at the line. Ooh.
Yeah, again, I think Barber was anticipating one more dribble of penetration by Walker when she jump stops and pulls up, and Barber still moving towards the basket, just the body contact on the shot.
Smart play by Walker, right? I mean,
yeah, had the defender on her back hip and anticipated that, anticipated some contact was coming potentially even on a layup attempt, but went ahead and pulled up and got it on the jump shot. If you're looking for three-point shooters, again, Miraz is the one you want to look to if you're ACU, but just 2 for 7 tonight. Benarin's is 2 for 7. Maddie Miller is 3 for 4 tonight from behind the three-point line. She's had the hot hand. She's up to 14 tonight. So options on the floor.
And for Maddie Miller, this is her 4th consecutive double-digit game. And she'll inbound it. Finding a quality shot quickly without rushing. That's tough. Oh, that's an and one. Oh, my goodness, Maddie Miller. A chance to cut this to 3.
This is Maddie Miller's type of game. She wants the ball in her hands in pressure situations. Scrappy. Well, I'm going to put it on the floor. We're going to spread it out, create some contact. We'll get 3 the old-fashioned way to make this a one-possession game.
Bella Earl ready to check in for defensive purposes for ACU. 36-ish seconds. Free throw no good, but a tap out. That's a great play.
Still don't need a 3 yet. Plenty of time. Extra possession.
15 to shoot it. Oh, Miraz is going to take that 3. Not even close. And it is a rebound, and now the fouls have to come. And out of bounds. Boy, this is getting wild here down the stretch. And Miraz, quite honestly, Andy, she's not been close on these shots. This is going to stay with ACU in another key moment here. Take a look. Oh, yeah, she just went out of bounds.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Shoemaker.
Well, Coach Cousin wanted a foul on the other end and doesn't get it. Shoemaker just fell down. Shot clock is off. But again, it's a 2-possession game, so get you 2 in a hurry if you can. There it is.
Barber got her. It's Griswold. Quick 2. Timeout. Oh, wait a second. No one called timeout. Oh, no, the timeout was not called. So ORU's going to inbound, and they can run the baseline.
Try to get a steal in the backcourt. I think once it gets into the front court, then you foul. But try to get a steal maybe on the first or even second pass. Try to get a trap.
Out. It is a turnover. Are you kidding?
And for the Wildcats, number 31, Maddie Miller.
They got it in. And just maneuvering out of bounds and sitting on the floor. And the giveaway. And now ACU is 17 seconds down 2. Can tie or take the lead. Benarin goes into Griswold. Off the glass, no good. What a rebound and a foul. No, wait a second. Is it what do we have? I've seen timeout, I've seen foul, I've seen jump ball. Who's got it with 5.5?
We'll get a look at it here. Coach Goodenough pleading her case for a jump ball. Boy, a lot of hands. I think they're going to look at it. Boy, there were a lot of hands as the rebound was in the hands of Moore.
Are they granting ORU the timeout?
The officials are coming together.
See if we can take a peek at it.
Yeah, the officials are talking. I don't think this is a reviewable play as far as a foul or a jump ball. They have to make the decision. Good entry pass here. Griswold's been strong with the left hand, just left this one short. Moore has the rebound. It looks like Barber has her on the right arm. No foul was called. Unless we'll see if they walk the floor and shoot free throws.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they end up calling.
Well, the way the ACU team is walking on the floor, it is obviously ORU possession. And where they're inbounding, they have granted a timeout.
So they grant the timeout to the Golden Eagles. They advance it to the front court in a 2-point game. Just 5.5 seconds to go tonight.
Need a quick steal or a foul.
Timeout ORU prior to the inbound pass. 5 seconds was coming close.
Timeout.
Full timeout for ORU.
Well, again, this comes down to you try to get a steal on the inbounds pass. If you don't, you have to immediately foul, and then it becomes a free throw shooting contest. And if you're an ACU fan, you just hope and pray that the Golden Eagles oblige and miss one or maybe two at the charity stripe. But ORU tonight from the free throw line, boy, they shoot it well, 15 of 21. They're over 70%. One of the factors tonight, 15 of 21 at the line. ACU just 5 of 9, all 9 free throws here in the second half. But ORU's just been able to get offensive rebounds, second chance opportunities, and free throw opportunities. Really the story, the tale of the tape with 5.5 left here tonight.
You see the Abilene Christian men's basketball team ready for their warm-ups. They will start at the top of the hour. It's an 8 p.m. tip here on ESPN Plus. CSU, Bakersfield, and Abilene Christian. So if you go for the steal and don't get it, it has to be an immediate foul because there cannot be time that comes off the clock here much if you're on the ACU side of things. ORU's going to try to open up somebody and use some clock if they can.
And one thing that can't happen is get beat on a backdoor cut for an easy layup. Can't overextend.
Entry pass comes in. There's Lippy, the foul. Miller commits 4.7.
Fouls on ACU. This is number 31, Maddie Miller.
And Miller has fouled out of the game. 16 points tonight for Miller. 3 boards and an assist. And so a sub comes in for ACU. It's Bella Earl, and this is Kenny Joe Lippy at the line for 2 gigantic free throws. First one is buried.
At the line, number 33, Kenny Joe Libby.
This one here to put the final touches on the game.
That'd be tough to overcome if she makes this one. ACU can call timeout, which they will, to advance the basketball.
Timeout after the make, so they'll advance it, but they are down 4 with 4.7. Huge free throws from Kenny Joe Lippy. What a night she's having.
Well, that's clutch. Now the leading scorer with 14. She and Moore both with 14 tonight. But again, the tail of the tape. Second chance points. ORU at 26 compared to ACU's 8 tonight. Offensive rebounds. ORU leads 17-9, and then even bench points. The Wildcats with just 4 points off the bench tonight. ORU at 22 off the bench. So some of those stats that added up. 4-point lead with 4.7 to go.
Boy, what a win this would be for Oral Roberts. I mean, a lot of games in the week, a lot of games in a short amount of time. To get them back to 5-6, this would be a huge road win against a good Abilene Christian team.
This is the momentum you want going into conference play, which is right around the corner for ORU. Their next game is in the conference, so what a momentum builder. Here for ACU, don't need a 3 yet. Still a 2-possession game, and a 3-point shot's going to take some time off the clock. Get the ball to the rim as fast as you can.
They're going to go Bonnerans. That's a 3 with 2.5. Timeout ORU.
How about that? Catch and shoot off the inbounds pass. And now what that's created, granted just 2.5 on the clock, but even if ORU gets to the line and makes both free throws, it's a 1-possession game.
And then ACU would have to go the length of the floor. That'll be the challenge because they don't have a timeout. How about Bonnerans?
Wow.
What a night. 25 points, 10 field goals, 3 out of 8. She's got 8 boards as well. Spectacular. 2.5 seconds, not a lot of time. ORU again into the front court is where they'll advance this ball. There's been 45 points in the fourth quarter tonight. And now the all-important inbound again with 2.5 seconds.
Last possession, Lippy flashed out to the left wing to get the inbounds pass. There it is
Get it
again.
to her again. Oh, the clock runs. And the foul then committed by Griswold with 1.2. And Griswold has fouled out of the game with 8 points and 2 rebounds. And so Emma Middleton checks in.
And at the line, number 33,
ORU even got a dribble in there before the foul was called. Libby again. Three-point game, 1.2. Got to get one shot off here. It's Miraz. She will one-arm one. It's no good. And Oral Roberts comes into Abilene, Texas, and wins it 69-66. That's an impressive showing on the road.
And give credit where credit is due. ORU did the things they needed to a slow start, just 6 points in the first quarter, but fought back and outscored ACU the last 3 quarters with 25 in clutch time in that fourth quarter play to get the 3-point win.
ACU still a strong one at 7-2. You figure there's still going to be factors here as they play on the rest of this month.
Oh yeah, learning experience, no doubt tonight. Not the results you want. Frustrating evening, but still plenty of basketball to go. A few more tune-ups before WAC conference play. A little less than 2 weeks away.
Thanks for joining us. This has been a presentation of the Western Athletic Conference on ESPN. All games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. We'll see you later on tonight from Abilene, Texas.